Welcome to the May Amiami recap. Remember to stay hydrated. Let's get looking at some figures. And just a friendly reminder, I do have a CD Japan affiliate link. If any of these tickle your fancy, head down into my description and click my affiliate link and I get some money and you'll probably save some money compared to other stores. We really have some bangers to start off this month, so let's jump into eStream's Frozen Amelia. This isn't really the color I would expect Amelia to be. It's still pretty. As always, the eStream effect parts just go crazy. She just doesn't stand out. Which is a weird thing to say because the figure itself stands out, but Amelia doesn't. They can have all the effect parts in the world, but somehow I still can't get into it. I don't know if that's a me thing. It's probably a me thing. Furyu has this Asuna China dress version. I think there's many types of Chinese dresses. We need to differentiate more. This is an interesting pose, but it looks very strange. The colors to me don't really look deep enough, and especially for the like $200 that they're asking for her, it just seems pretty steep. If you really want an Asuna figure, surely there's some like much more interesting ones of her. I really like this outfit. I really like her red legs. The shading and gradation there is just so nice. I hate that all of these photos are so zoomed out, I can barely see anything. The dress looks really nice. I like the sculpt with all the ruffles everywhere. And it seems like it goes clear at the tips. And then the top of the figure has some great detail as well. I think her face looks really nice. Her eyes really pop. The champagne glasses are also a really nice touch. I like that a lot. I'm not sure how Baymax's quality holds up, but for this price, if they can pull off this level of detail that they've done in the prototype, I'd be pretty happy with that. This might be the first of the MLP Bishoujo scales that I've kind of disliked. Her hair kind of looks like candy, and that's not a good thing. I feel like it doesn't know if it wants to be rainbow or if it wants to be like classy white and gold. Oh, like you can see her with all the other ones. I feel like she doesn't really match. This one and the last one seem to be like they're going more into like, I don't know, idol territory or something. This is sick. The King's Avatar is a really fun show. I've always wanted the Yeshu Nendo. I think you could only get him from like Taobao or something, and I don't want to have to deal with proxies from China, so feels like a Nendo I'll never get, but he is one of my grails. Anyway, I really enjoy this figure. His character design is one of the many reasons why I like him so much. He's not like actually doing anything, but it shows off all the flowy nice parts of his outfit, which is really nice. I do have a big issue with it, which is that his face just seems so boring. I do like this a lot, but not $200 a lot. If it didn't have those issues, I think it would be much harder for me to pass up on this. This is the first JoJo's Nendo that I've actually liked, and I may buy this one. And then also being able to do this with his head is just so funny. The way they're monetizing the Eurocam Nendos is frustrating. At least she's very cute and she's significantly different to the first version. I just realized there's a deluxe version, but she can do this, and that's adorable. It's annoying. I want to buy more Eurocam Nendos, but I already have the first versions. As much as I like the show, I don't want to be trapped into just continuously buying more of these Nendos because they keep making like 4 different versions for each character. I also really like this Caster Ultria. I like the colors. I have an issue with buying Saber things, and I might just buy another one. Oh, look at her. This is Megahouse's Leela from Atelier Riser, and I really like it. I think the pose is really nice and dynamic. I think I like this more than the Ulta one. The Ulta one is for sure more detailed, but it's kind of boring. Well done, Megahouse. They've perhaps won me over. At least this time. What's wrong with her eyes? This looks awful. Why, Megahouse? Why? Why do her legs look so short? She looks like she has the proportions of an Oompa Loompa. I can't believe they're charging $150 for this. The moment I praise Megahouse for something, they come back at me with this. He looks kind of creepy, but I don't know enough about Bleach to know if this is cool or not. At the very least, I really enjoy this ripped sleeve. There's like a lot of little rips and tears in it to make it look really interesting, so I can appreciate that. They're doing another palm-sized Nezuko. This one is called One More Palm-Sized Nezuko. The first one, people had issues with it being too small. And again, it's too small. I guess it's in the name. She's bloody tiny. I don't recommend it. Here we've got Wrath from Fullmetal Alchemist. Man's just got his arms out like, yo, I'm angry, I guess. I think the weirdest part is that, like, they've got his legs as if he's walking, but his upper body has, like, no sense of forward motion. It's like they've done the top half and then done the legs separately and been like, alright, that's it, let's call it a day, but it just really doesn't work, and he's so expensive. What is this? A 1/6 scale fat cat? Why is it $40? How big is a 1/6 scale cat? It can't be that big. Lose some weight, you chonker. These Demon Slayer figure art zeros look really cool, but I've heard people say that the prototype quality is way, way better than the actual quality. I haven't confirmed that. Maybe do your research, but I love this. This is so cool. 86 has been popping off, right? I'm surprised it's getting so many figures while it's still airing. This is really cute. It's also fairly expensive. Since her eyes are so light, the figure just gives off a really unique vibe. And I like the little twirly antenna she's got going on. The pose looks kind of strange once you get away from the very front-on angle. That's okay. She's cute. We can be a bit lenient. I got $150 angle bangles. Baymax Nendoroid. Hell yeah. It's just Baymax. He'd be doing Baymax things. Ooh, Mythos? With a Kakegurui figure? Yo! Kakegurui's kinda whatever, but this is an excellent concept for a figure. It can stand up, or you can put it down like an actual table. Wow, the face. The face is excellent. I really appreciate that Mythos always have lots of close-ups of things. You can see how detailed each of these poker chips are. Leg. That's really cool. She's like, cheap! How can Mythos keep getting away with it? If I was a fan of Kakegurui, I don't think I could stop myself from buying it. Chef's kiss. Mythos have done it again. Is this the first Girls Frontline figure that eStream has done? I think it is. I guess I should address the elephant in the room first, which is the typical very high price eStream price tag of like $270. Like, the damage to the dress actually has, you know, like weathering and burn marks or whatever that is around the holes. I think it adds quite a lot to the figure, and it really needs to be there to justify this price tag. But I just don't think there's enough they can do to really make it worth it. It's like $100 too expensive. For some reason, Pony Canyon are listed as the manufacturer for this figure. I don't think they're actually manufacturing it. I think the base is a bit chunky, and it doesn't really fit what the character's doing. How she's like moving and floating there, it just seems a bit weird. But the girl herself, I like quite a lot. She's $200, but she is a 1/6 scale. It still seems a bit on the pricey side. If this is anything like Gridman, then yeah, there's gonna be like a billion figures of her. The colors on this are really cute. If this was a flavor, it would be like coffee flavor. It is quite a simple figure with a not so simple price tag. Like, this is nice and all, it's just, there's nothing about it that's exciting. I didn't know that Jujutsu Kaisen had dogs made out of black goo. I think the dog looks alright. The guy is kind of boring. The issue with a lot of the Jujutsu Kaisen stuff is that everyone has like black hair and they all wear black outfits. There's not a lot of room for like fun shading opportunities, even like shadows, because it just all looks the same. So I don't really know what they could have done better. Like, comparing it to this one, it's not that more expensive and it has the doggo. This is Megumin, if you didn't realize, since it doesn't really look like her. And I don't really know how I feel about it. I really like pretty much everything about this, except that the dress goes clear at the end. It's a weird design choice. She looks like she's gonna fall over. Why do they do this? But my main issue with it is that it doesn't really look like Megumin. This Dark Magician girl is really cute. This has to be one of the more interesting poses they've done for a pop-up parade. You could tell me that this is a scale figure and I'd believe you. I feel like Dark Magician Girl isn't ever really that detailed anyway, so really well done. Here is Sirius from Azulane. She is a 1/8 scale. They do all these Azulane figures with their boat parts, and then they also do one without it, and it just looks so empty. 220 seems very, very steep for a 1/8 scale, but despite that, like, it does look good. I don't dislike it. The pictures they've taken for the expensive one also look better. What's this Raymond thing? Everybody loves Raymond. Yo, play the song, play the song. I think this is really pretty, but it also sucks. The design of the original art is like amazing and super cool. And then for the figure, they've just taken out the orcas and been like, good enough. And even then, like, a lot of detail on her clothes and stuff, I feel like hasn't really translated that well to real life. Regardless of the orcas being missing, I don't feel like this does a good enough job of representing how cool it should be looking. Realizing that it's missing so much is just a huge bummer, and I feel like I couldn't recommend it. What the hell is this? Some Santa lady who's delivering model kits? It looks more like she's stealing them. I was going all on about the Swatcha Nendos in my One Hobby recap video. I didn't realize that, like, they were already up for pre-order. I said in a comment, like, they better be below 3k yen, and here they are. The list price is 2.8, but at least they're being sold for, like, 2.3. For what it is, I think that's fine. It doesn't seem like they're trying to replace normal Nendos with these. They definitely just seem like a cheap option to try and cash in on very popular characters. I was surprised to see this gym leader get a Nendo. Surely there's way more popular characters than him in Sword and Shield. You know, him and his ugly Pokemon. I don't even know the name of it. What is that? Go home, Nintendo. Here's a figure by Union Creative. Pretty sure this is supposed to be Snow White. I really like the face. There's something about it. I think there's something about that mouth especially that it feels less anime girl. Seems kind of niche, but I do like it. Cheese Jerry. Is the order a rabbit? Belfine. 1/7 scale. Lolita fashion, but with like exposed legs. Seems kind of weird. She's so small and thin and like you could sneeze and snap her. I think the head is cute though. It's got that going for it. What is Better Man? What? She looks like she's straight out of Yu-Gi-Oh or something. I don't get it, and I don't like it. These Omnyoji figures just keep on coming. This one's a 1/8 scale. They're using some dumb border on their photos, so you can't really see the bottom of the figure that well. Like, I don't really understand the base. Either way, this looks very pretty. I really like the red lining that's going around the dress, and how that evolves into like this very obviously stepped gradient that goes to the tip. Apparently included in this price is also a wall scroll. Probably makes up for the figure being a 1/8 scale. This is cute. I like her face plates. I like both the wah and the very smug looking I think the colors and pose and everything is also really well done. The only issue with this for me is that for a swimsuit figure I think you're paying quite a premium. There's so many girls Frontline figures this month. I feel like I'm not qualified to talk about all of them, but I do appreciate a good doggo girl, but could be some sort of blue fox. Who knows? I like this very cocky and confident pose. The way they've done the tail just has a lot of floofy volume to it. And her sweater vest, it looks like it's going to be very soft, but it's actually like very nicely molded plastic. But the effect it gives is just so nice. I really, really like this. I think PHAT Company's done a great job. I feel like I'm getting pulled into Girls Frontline bit by bit. The hell is this? The pose is so awkward. I really dislike it. Which is a shame because the dress seems very well done. The rest of the figure is really turning me off. Look, that's a bit expensive for anything that looks like this. They're using this very gross green background. I don't know who chose that, but they better not do it again. Her head looks really small compared to the rest of her body. I feel like everything has gone wrong here. I nearly exclaimed Miku, but no, this is Sona. I've been mostly unhappy with the League of Legends Nendoroids that have been managed by Good Smile Arts Shanghai. However, Sona is the first one that I actually like quite a lot. I feel like it's hard to get Sona wrong. A Zoopy Bloop, and there's a green one, and they've got her aura, and they've got her ult. This is everything that Sona is. They haven't missed anything like all the other ones. And then to top it off, she has like this little faceplate. I feel like they didn't need to add this, but it is very, very cute. The bad thing is, it's very expensive. But may convince myself to buy it. She'll probably just end up with my pile of Mikus though, and I'll keep thinking that she's Miku. New zombies could be so cute. While this says it's by Mappa, it's not. This is actually by Furyu. And I do think it looks very, very pretty. I'm usually not big into wedding dresses, but I think her face is very cute. I like her hair, I like these little twirly dollies they've got going on. And then interestingly enough, like, even though it's a wedding dress, they've still given her some red shoes. But yeah, honestly, I don't have any issues with this. I like the pose. It's fine. It's a tad expensive, but, you know, look at that dress. What are you gonna do about it? I feel like Idolmaster is just gone weird. I assume this is supposed to be a water fountain and the water's like coming up. But it's kind of a weird concept. I think I wouldn't mind it as much if this girl's pose just wasn't so like limp. She looks bored and it makes me feel bored. I feel like the figure would be fine enough if, you know, like her pose was just a little bit different and a little bit more energetic. Here is Hoshiguma from Arknights, and wow, this figure looks cool. Now, like the Skadi one, this is based off art that looks substantially cooler, but despite this missing stuff, I think it stands on its own incredibly well. First of all, the colors are just so nice. I love how the light grays contrast against the dark grays, and then you have a lot of red in here that just really pops. And then amongst all that, you have her green hair, which is just such a vibrant oasis of color. Pulling in closer, you can see like her crazy eyes and face. If Furyu pulls this off, like as cool as this looks, I think that's really making a statement. It is a bit expensive, but I think this is quite a bit bigger than what a normal 1/7 scale would be. The description says 27 centimeters, but yeah, that is so cool. I'm gonna keep complaining about Kurumis until the end of time because there's so many of them, but this one's rather pleasant. I like her face. I'm not sure how the coloring on the dress is working, but like it's got these very like high oranges and then dips down into like a deep red, which is really nice. I like that effect. I can't tell if that's metallic. The description says it uses translucent parts, so I assume that's how they're getting that nice effect on the dress. Oh, she also has a crazy face. Customizability is always nice, but I think, you know, she's a tad expensive, despite looking beautiful. And then for our last two figures, we have Shara L. Greenwood and Rem from How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. Again, we have some wedding dress figures. I feel like this might be a trademark of Furyu. I think they usually sit around like the $250 mark. For this to be $100 cheaper is weird. They're like these fully done figures that look nice with a wedding dress, and they have this unique like special cushion base thing. Look at this sculpt. That's crazy. Rem has basically the same thing going on, just from the other side. Teeny tiny bit smaller because lolly cat girl, but I think these look great, and for the price, I assume they want people to buy both. That's kind of the only reason why I think they would have priced them as cheap as they are, because I really feel like they could have gotten away with pricing them much higher like some of their other figures. I think by themselves you might find the base to be a bit weird and flat on that one side, but honestly I think it's probably fine to just get one if you're only interested in the one. I guess that's going to do it for the May Amiami recap. Hope you had a good time. Remember to use my CD Japan affiliate link in the description, and I'll be back next month to do it all over again. Thanks for watching. Bye.